What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. For those of you new to the channel, my name is Vince Warburton and this is VW Fitness. I do fitness, tech, supplement reviews, and lifestyle videos every single week. If that is something you're interested in, make sure you hit that subscribe and bell for notifications. Now, today we are talking about a brand new product that just came to market about a few weeks ago. I've been kind of following it for a while. It is from a company called DarkSide Supps. Found them pretty much on Instagram, I'll be completely honest. I actually just picked this up on pre-order when they released the pre-orders, and then this just arrived about a week ago, and finally getting around to doing the full review. So wanted to bring this to your guys' attention. I think it's a very interesting label. There's some positives, some negatives here, and yeah, let's just jump right into it, guys. If you guys are new to the channel, we like to break down the supplement review into 3 different parts. We talk about number 1, price, 2, the ingredient label breakdown, and then lastly, we talk about taste. Taste is not the most important thing to me. I'll just say that completely upfront and honest. I'll just say in terms of taste, it's not my most important thing, so that's why it kind of comes up last. We're gonna go hit a big leg workout over at the gym, and then we'll kind of talk about the effects, kind of talk about how everything went, how I felt, and we'll go from there. So that's how we'll break it down. All right, so let's jump right into price, guys. This comes in at $49.97. And that is for 20 servings. Now, this is one of those products where they say you can take 1 scoop, but for this channel, we always talk about the max dose, unless it's something extremely crazy, which we've kind of talked about that, about 1 product specifically. And yeah, so 20 servings, guys. That price breakdown per serving for 20 is roughly $2.50. That is absolutely insane. So in terms of this, in terms of the rating, guys, this is the most expensive pre-workout to date since I've started doing these pre-workout reviews. And off the top of my head, honestly, this is probably the most expensive price per serving I've ever seen in a pre-workout. Now, obviously, there are probably more expensive pre-workouts out there, but as you guys can imagine, this is gonna come in at like a 1. I mean, I would give it a 0 if we can say a 0. I guess we can. Technically, it's a 0 out of 5. This is extremely expensive. I didn't even really think about it when I pre-ordered it. I just pre-ordered it. Initially, I thought it was based on 40 servings, but after doing some more research on the label, you know, to get really the most benefits, which we'll talk about here in a sec, you really do need to take the 2 scoops. It's really interesting when companies try to tell me that, you know, you can take 1 scoop, but when you really look at the label and the ingredient breakdown, for efficacious doses, you really need to take the 2 scoops, and then it, you know, drops it down to that 20 servings. And yeah, like I said, price per serving, $2.50 here, extremely expensive. Not a huge fan of that. So just gonna be completely honest and unbiased about that. Moving right along into the ingredient label breakdown, this thing is packing a huge punch. So, you know, like I've kind of said in the past, when it comes to price and the label and the effectiveness, the taste, everything kind of synergizes together. So when I make my assessment of price, I'm really just talking about price and compare it to the rest of the other pre-workouts that I've kind of talked about. I don't really integrate it with the label ingredient breakdown. And the reason I'm saying this right now is because the label on this is packed with a ton of actives. I've said it before, if it's packed with a lot of actives, is dosed properly, and the effectiveness is there, I'm almost willing to spend $2.50 per serving for a pre-workout that works, that delivers, that gives me the best results possible when I go and hit the gym. So I think that's important to kind of state and kind of say that out loud, because I know I just gave it a terrible rating in terms of the price, but again, everything kind of works hand in hand here. So let's jump right into it, guys. 19.5 gram scoop, which is absolutely amazing. I love that. Obviously, we've talked about bigger scoop sizes, but honestly, 19.5, and I've looked at this label already, and I think that everything in here is very nicely dosed. All right, guys, so let's just jump right into this label here. We start out with 8 grams of citrulline malate 2-to-1 ratio. I think that's a great dose. If you like citrulline malate, awesome. If you don't like citrulline malate and you prefer citrulline, you're still getting about 5.5 grams of straight up citrulline here, so that's still a really good dose. For me personally, I do supplement citrulline throughout the day, every day. So citrulline is not a huge game changer for me, but I know a lot of people are not supplementing citrulline, you know, on the side, and they're looking for it as a pump product in their pre-workout. So I would say this is definitely starting off really nice. 3.2 grams of beta-alanine. I've talked about that a lot. That is an efficacious dose. That's great to see. 2.5 grams of betaine anhydrous. Again, efficacious dose. Love to see that. 1 gram of agmatine sulfate. I'm just gonna say this right now. I would say, in my personal opinion, everything on this label is gonna be efficacious dose. I don't think anything on here is really underdosed. And so I'll just kind of leave it at that, and we'll just jump through this label here. We have 1 gram of the choline DL bitartrate, 325 milligrams of caffeine anhydrous. For me personally, that's a great amount. I've been rocking right around like 275, 300. And that's typically what I like to see. Anything over 300 is fine. 400 is really pushing it, you know, when I need a crazy workout. You know, and on top of that, you have 250 milligrams of the trademarked ingredient stimberry, which is a juniper berry 4-to-1 extract. That's going to help with more energy, more stimulation, a lot of antioxidants in there. 200 milligrams of the Urea gerensis. And we've talked about that product. It's kind of a recent, I would say, new stimulant that has kind of come to market. 150 milligrams of the Elevate TP, going to help with more energy output. It's going to help push through the workout. Love seeing, I mean, like I said, guys, there's so many ingredients, so many actives. They really did a lot of research, in my honest opinion, in terms of creating this formula. Moving it right along, we have 125 milligrams of the theacrine as teacrine, 40%. Great to see that. 100 milligrams of the Infinergy, which is another dicaffeine malate. So with that additional 100 milligrams of the dicaffeine, you know, and the 325 milligrams of the caffeine anhydrous, you're looking at 400 milligrams of caffeine. So this is going to be a huge punch today for me. All right, so then next up we have 100 milligrams of the octopamine HCl. That is going to be a very similar stimulant to ephedra. It's going to help with weight loss. So yeah, that's awesome to see. That's a new ingredient that I have not seen in any of the pre-workouts I've done reviews on. Next up we have 50 milligrams of the S7, which is basically just a bunch of antioxidants. I've seen this in one other product. I kind of like it. I think it's a cool idea. Efficacious dose again. 50 milligrams of the estrogen, going to help with that absorption. And then 200 micrograms of the huperzine A extract, okay? This thing is packing a huge punch, guys. Everything is fully disclosed here. They do break it down, 2 scoops, 1 scoop, which I like. You don't have to do the math. You can kind of see it all right here. You know, in terms of the label, I'm gonna give it a solid 5 out of 5. This is probably one of the best labels I've seen in terms of ingredients, actives, breakdowns, efficacious doses. Everything I think here is a solid 5 out of 5. So, you know, like I was saying at the beginning of this, you talk about the price and then you talk about, you know, ingredient label breakdown. It's kind of a toss up because you have a 5 out of 5 product, but then you have a price point of, you know, $2.50 a serving. Is it justified? Yes and no. It just kind of depends on what you're looking for. So let's move right into taste, guys. Again, I just received this. I have not opened it, not tried it. This is my first time trying anything from DarkSide Supps. We'll give this a nice good shake here. Just kind of mix up all these actives since there's so much stuff in here. We ended up going with the Candy Crush flavor here. It recommends 12 to 16 ounces of water. So as we always do, we split that down the middle and we go 14 ounces of water here. Powder is a very light powder. We're gonna do 2 scoops. Again, this is the Candy Crush. Smells very fruity, strawberry. All right, wait for everything to settle up here. Mixability, I would say, is pretty good. A little bit of some sediment on the bottom. Foaming is not too crazy, nothing too bad. Color is kind of a lighter strawberry kind of flavored drink, I would say. And cheers. Ooh. Okay. Definitely not what I was expecting. Candy Crush. It kind of has that fruity flavor to it. It's got a very sour kind of like lemonade-y. Kind of like a strawberry lemonade, I would say, is kind of what it tastes like. You know, when you go to Red Robin, you got the strawberry lemonade with the strawberries on the bottom. Similar to that, but it's pretty sour, I'll say that. It's not necessarily in a negative way, it's just be prepared for that kind of sour pucker taste when you do drink this. Everything mixes really nice. There's no like chunks or anything like that when I do drink it. In terms of the taste, for me personally, I don't know if this is my favorite flavor. I know they have a mango flavor as well. I probably would have preferred that, but they were out of it, to be honest. You know, in terms of the taste, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5, but again, you know, that's not a terrible rating. It's just not what I was really expecting when I heard Candy Crush. I was kind of expecting something a little sweeter, maybe not as sour. It's not terrible. I think it's gonna depend on your flavor profile and what you're expecting, but overall, it's still not bad. It's just different. And like I've said in all my pre-workout reviews, Taste is just not that important to me, so I'm honestly just gonna slam the rest of this back. We're gonna head to the gym, we're gonna bust out a huge leg day, and we'll talk about the effects here in a few minutes. See you guys soon. All right, guys, we just finished up that big workout, big leg day. As I was on my way to the gym, I did get the beta-alanine tingles slightly. I wouldn't say anything too crazy. Focus was really good. I mean, the workout itself was pretty extreme. It was pretty tough. As you guys saw, the squats, it was basically 3 different squat movements with plates, toes, plates on the heels, and then a regular squat. Overall, though, focus was really good. I feel really good right now. No stomach issues. You know, overall, the focus was really good. I pushed through it. It was over an hour workout, and I was pretty much on time with all my timing with the Shred app. So overall, this pre-workout is definitely solid. The taste is a little funky. The price is obviously pretty overpriced, but I would utilize this just because of the amount of actives and how good I do feel right now post-workout. Overall, though, I would recommend it. You guys give it a try. Make sure you hit up the website, www.vwfitness.club. And I can send you out some samples of this DarkSide Supps Ultra pre-workout. Let you guys give it a try. Feel free to shoot me a message on Instagram. I can send you specific samples. Definitely more than happy to do that. And make sure you snag one of those VW Fitness shaker cups live on the website now. I really appreciate all your guys' support. The channel's growing tremendously, and I couldn't thank you all enough. So anyway, with that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you smash that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe and bell for notifications. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.